So we're back in the kitchen again, and I'm back on the floor. Why am I back on the floor? Because I'm going to go through this cabinet, which has all of my pots and pans. It has all the lids in there. And so this is not going to be one of those cabinets that I'm going to end up really decluttering. Well, I might, I don't know, but chances are I'm not. It's going to be more about taking the things out, putting them back in, and organizing them. Last time I said I was probably going to try to get to this one as well. If I happen to get through this one, then we'll see where life takes us. I do have many more cabinets to go through. That's what we're going to be doing today. I think today we're going to be talking also about find what makes you happy and do it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's go. Before we begin, I want you to at least see what it looks like now. I think I will be able to get through this fairly easy and within the 15 minutes and then some, because honestly, it's taking it out and it's just organizing it into something that makes a little bit more sense. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put 15 minutes on the timer, and we may end up pausing this if we're done and we're going to move on to something else. We'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. So I am just taking all the things out, putting it on the floor, and then putting it right back in. So one of the things that I have found that I really enjoy is cooking. And I remember that cooking for me used to be exhausting, tiring. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I was going to cook. But I've actually found it to be one of those, oh gosh, that's heavy. Um, one of those things that has become a little me time in my day. And I have to say it is because I started doing HelloFresh. But even before then, I enjoyed making fajitas because I would do that from scratch with fresh ingredients, and it made me feel like, you know what, I made this thing out of basic elements, but I made this thing come together, and that's something that I can say I do now, especially um, since I use HelloFresh. Now, I'm not sponsored by them in any way. They're not paying me to say anything um, good or bad about it. I'm just literally telling you my thoughts. But like I said, I found that cooking dinner has now been it's become my me time. I put in my headphones and I'm jamming to something. Um, I post what I've been listening to, and I take a picture of a finished product, basically, you know, what it looks like on the plate. And I even give the recipe that I made that day. And I'm doing that on my, trying to make it not as loud for you guys. I have been doing that on my Instagram and my Facebook page. If you're interested, I will link both down below or above, wherever you're seeing this. I will go and make sure you have the links for that. But that is what I've been doing, and it has been so much fun. I know I've told you music is my life. It's one of those things where I get lost in thought. And when you're cooking, sometimes you just kind of get lost in thought too. Um, so yeah, that's finding these little things has definitely been something I didn't think I was going to. I didn't think I was going to enjoy cooking as much as I do. Um, I knew that I kind of liked it, but I never thought that it would be an outlet for me. And it has become just that. All right, so I'm going to pause. I want to at least show you, I at least want to go and show you what this looks like. These are all the pots and pans out on the floor, and I'm just putting them right back in the cabinet. This is where things are going to possibly get loud. I'm going to do my best to try not to make it as loud, but I'm just going to be putting them back in, and I did start my timer again. So I, like I was saying, it's not something that I ever thought that I would find that quiet time for myself. I mean, that's all I had for like 2.5 years was nothing but quiet. So um, maybe that's where it comes from, is that it's not really quiet. That's another opportunity that I have to play music and just get lost in my thoughts with music. Um, some ideas for what I want to say in some of these videos comes from those music times. Sorry, I know that was loud. Um, but it comes during some of those quiet times. And I gotta say, it's been, I have found so much joy. Um, I've worked through some things that I've been holding on to from my past through music, through either walking around or just through cooking and listening to music. That's when I do it. I think I'm going to put those pans that I pulled out, I think I'm going to put them back where I had them, because that seemed to be a good spot for them. I found that I learned in the cooking process some things that I have learned from HelloFresh. Um, since I'm still talking about HelloFresh, can you tell I like HelloFresh? I do. And I'm not going to put a link to them down below because I want you to know that what I'm saying is coming directly from my heart. What I've learned is a few things. One, I have made mashed potatoes. Well, let me start with cooking from the beginning. When I was growing up, it's not that my parents didn't try to teach me how to cook. I just had no desire to learn. I really didn't. Like, no part of me wanting to learn how to cook happened. They taught my sister because my sister wanted to learn. I did not. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll never need to learn how to cook because my mom or my dad will always cook. Well, guess what? That's not what happened. Um, I remember I had gone over to a boyfriend's house and he had made corned beef hash. And one, I had never had this before that I can remember. Maybe I did. I don't know. Um, but he like pan fried it or like sauteed it or something. And I was just like, holy crap, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like, this dude knows how to cook and I don't know how to cook. To me, that was cooking. Like, I didn't know. So um, I just started kind of looking at what my parents were doing. When I moved out, I knew how to make grilled cheese because I watched my dad do it, and um, I knew how to make French toast. Two things with bread, and those. Other than that, I can't say that I really remember a lot of other stuff. Um, I can't remember what else I may have learned how to cook, but those were the two things I remember taking from my time. It was, grilled cheese and French toast. So, yeah, I was pregnant with my youngest, and I could not really go in the kitchen because I got sick, physically ill, just being in the kitchen. I still didn't know how to cook. I knew how to use a crock pot. So I bought a lot of those um, like one pot things or things specifically for the crock pot. And they were disgusting. I mean, I didn't like them. I'll say it like that. I did not care for them at all. But you know what? They were cheap and I could cook them because I put them in a crock pot and turned it on. And that's what it was for me. Um, But there I am. I'm sicker than a dog. I can't go into the kitchen to cook anything without getting sick. So what am I going to do? Well, it wasn't necessarily the sight of food that bothered me. It was literally just being in the kitchen. I couldn't really eat anything except for green beans and bread without getting sick. I really didn't do very well with smells. I have a very sensitive nose. I think I talked about that. I have a very sensitive nose, so scents were not wonderful for me at all. And I have a bunch of lids. Why do I have a bunch of lids? Maybe for the frying pans? Probably. I don't need all of them. All I did, because I was tore up from the floor up. It was not, I did not enjoy pregnancy at all whatsoever. So I sat there and I watched the cooking channel. And so on the days that I actually felt halfway decent, I would try to do the things that I saw on the cooking channel. And the very first thing I tried was a breading for chicken. Okay, so I'm going to be getting rid of a couple lids here because I don't even have the things for them anymore. So I don't know why I'm holding on to them. I think I'm getting rid of these. Yeah. And we'll put this in. All right. Not bad. Let me show you. Apparently I didn't resume my timer, but I see 7 minutes here. So give me a minute. Let me go and show you what I have here. All right. So this is what it looks like now. It doesn't really maybe look a little bit different to you, but it definitely looks different to me. I use these frying pans up here. I only really use one, maybe two. The other ones I don't. The bottom one is a cast iron pan. I don't know how to use it yet. It's a little bit daunting for me, but whatever. And I use these pots. This actually goes in my Instapot. I have two inside things. In the back, there's something that I use for when I make fajitas, and my other big pots are in the back. So I am getting rid of a couple lids. I think we do have some time to at least take a look at my baking cabinets. So let's do that. All right, so this is one of my baking cabinets. I have two. That's what I'm calling it right now. I don't know what else to call it. I'm going to be putting 6 minutes on the timer for this because I did not start it before. I probably have maybe 5+ minutes left, so that's why I'm just going to round up to 6. There isn't a lot in here. Let me show you. A bunch of bowls, a bunch of just stuff. And so it's really just going to be taking it out and then putting it back in. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working with. 6 minutes started. So it was like a breading for chicken that I made. And they showed like pan frying it in olive oil. Now, to me, olive oil is fancy. The extra virgin olive oil. I watched a lot of Rachel Ray. I don't remember where I got the breading from. I think it was Bobby Flay. I think that man is hot and he can cook. But I remember watching them pan frying in extra virgin olive oil, and so I decided I was going to splurge and be fancy and get extra virgin olive oil. And honestly, it's really funny to talk about it now because I literally use extra virgin olive oil for everything. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean. So All right, we're leaving that in there. That's glass. Okay, I'm just going to put stuff back. I know you didn't see it, but that's what we're going to do. A lot of this stuff, I have like serving trays. I love, always wanted to entertain. I really don't get the opportunity to entertain like I want to, but that's the Food Network. Again, Sandra Lee, Semi-Homemade with Sandra Lee. I watched her show a lot. And I always thought it was cool that she did these tablescapes and these themed dinners and things. So I might get adventurous and I might plan something based upon the food I know how to cook. I may try to do something here with you guys and see, what happens. See if it's something you guys like. And that way I can just indulge my fantasies, so to speak. But let's see. Extra virgin olive oil. So right now, my big thing that I'm indulging in is fresh spices. I have a lot of spices up there. That's a whole nother situation. I have a lot of spices, and I liked to collect them because I knew it was a very quick way to add flavor to a dish. But I'm coming to find out that I enjoy using fresh. I don't even use that. Why do I keep it? I guess I am getting rid of stuff. I'm sitting here like, why do I have this? I don't use this. If I don't use it, it's only taking space. Some of these I do want to keep, though. I'll keep this one. Sorry, that's loud. I'll keep these two. Yes. So, yeah, fresh spices. And there for a while, I liked to grow lettuce. I am going to start growing lettuce again, and I will end up teaching you all how I grow lettuce. Lettuce is one of those things that, okay, I know it sounds dumb, and you guys are probably like, okay, growing lettuce, it's actually crazy exciting for me. It's crazy exciting. I enjoy it. All right, where are we at? I have 2 minutes left. I don't know how that happened. This is done. I do have stuff I'm getting rid of. I'm going to use the rest of the time to talk to you. Or maybe I should put these somewhere. Yes, let's do that. So, fresh ingredients, lettuce. I don't have any lettuce right now. I needed, and I'm looking up there for a reason. I needed fresh rosemary for this this HelloFresh meal. So everything comes in it, but the subscription that I got for myself was for 2 meals for 2 people, and then if I'm going to feed the rest of my family, because I wanted it because I wanted to get the recipes and just see what they were like, and so if it's something that I'm going to feed the entire family with, then I'll buy the extra ingredients to go and make it into a 5 or 6 person meal. And so I needed fresh rosemary, but it didn't come in like a little pack. All they had was a rosemary plant. So I have a rosemary plant up there, but I have grown basil. I did have some rosemary. I had some thyme. I was really getting into hydroponic plants, but unfortunately, I had to go away for a week for a hospital stay, and it was one of those things. I didn't know how long we were going to be gone for, and so I basically told the kids not to worry about the plants. Just it is what it is. So I will be starting it again. All right. I had 7 seconds left. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead, get rid of the stuff that I have here that I'm going to get rid of, and I'll be right back. All right, so I actually got more done than I thought I was going to get done. Today I went through the pots and pans and I organized those. I also organized one of what I call my baking cabinets because I don't know what else to call it. And we talked about finding those little things that bring you joy and doing more of it. And finding those little bits of time, your day, whatever, to do something that brings you joy. And maybe you'll find some inspiration. So I hope this helped. Um, we may get to the other baking cabinet the next time. I know I have two smaller cabinets that, well, one's a liquor cabinet. There's not really anything in it. And then the other one, I don't know what's in that one. I think just some pans. But we do have under the sink that we can always get to. And I haven't even touched up here. But that's going to be something that I think we're going to hit. I'm not going to be able to get to this whole kitchen this month. It's just not going to happen. But I hope that helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.